leave the oil to me.
Liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia.
Is that Lara on the left?
We have more than Russia.
Looking good.
Stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that,
were you guys so comfortable in assisting us in calling, for example, like Georgia, and giving us those very specific predictions on Pennsylvania, like, hey, we're not calling it right now, but that gap's going to narrow to probably about 2%. The question is always asked because a lot of times people think, well, there are people, it's the appeal to authority fallacy. They must know something we don't. Tonight, there's no way they knew anything that we didn't, but you made better inferences. Why do you think you were able to do that and CNN still right now is not?
We just took the data that we had and looked to see what votes were left and what was the percent or what was the margin that either candidate would need to win in order to kind of beat the other candidate.
Yeah.
And the Georgia decision came down that she just didn't have the votes.
Yep.
And it was just super straightforward, and it was really obvious at that point. Even though some of the blue counties were holding out, we looked at the amount of votes that we expected those counties to produce, and the number wasn't there for her to be able to overcome Trump.
But we called it 75 minutes before CNN. Like, this was
75 minutes.
This was obvious to, like, they had
Hold on,
people.
before the most trusted name in news.
Before the most trusted name in news. You're right.
Yeah.
75 minutes. What is that? I mean, I don't know if we can kind of extrapolate from that, but what does that tell you of what these guys are thinking over there? Like, are they holding these calls to make sure people watch their network?
Well, look at the lower third right now. I mean,
Trump poised to clinch presidency.
Poised to clinch presidency.
Yeah, still.
So,
Yeah,
like,
still.
that's the best you're going to get at this point in time.
Yeah.
Like, we think it's looking good for Trump.
He might win Maine.
He just made his speech.
Well,
like,
we often
he's not poised anymore.
we often get an education in legacy. MAGA hat.
Oh, we got every.
Of course, let's forget. And disagreements. Anybody, something else before we get to our data analysts here, and before we get to Pops Crowder, who's going to say, I told you so. But something else you guys may not know. Everyone's been talking about women. Everyone's been talking about women in this election. Yeah. Let's get everyone here. People may not realize this. I know she probably won't be here, Molly. I know she may not be here, Molly and Nancy, but Johnny Boy, of course, won't come in. But this is the team who has made this happen. When everyone talks about, the female vote and the woman vote, and like everyone, okay, what, I got the gold MAGA hat?
Oh, we got everybody.
Wow.
Hey, I do want to make sure you have it up on the speaker so everyone can hear it here. Nancy and Molly, these are the two people you need to know outside of Gerald who are in charge of the day-to-day operations, and no one hates the feminist left more than they do. So when people talk about, women vote one way, Nancy, a toast specifically to Nancy and Molly there. Go to the long shot there, cool man. Go to the long shot so we can see the ladies there. There we go. Got some TNA.
That's right, baby.
Much as what are the numbers saying?
Is going to be this Saturday in Ottumwa, Iowa. What's the name of the theater there, Nick?
The Bridge. Bridgeview Center Theater.
Well, hold on, you have it up there, Toolman. You can bring up the overlay. Bridgeview Center Theater. Look, this does not stop tonight. It's I get it.
The largest county in the state. 17.6% of the voting population lives in this state. That margin is 29 points. It's got to be. That's a great sign if you're the Harris campaign. It's not when you look at what Joe Biden's margin.
Hold on a second. Pardon me. Sorry, I know it's late. Fuck this. Think about this for a second. Right now, I'm telling you, these people would be happier if it's 4 a.m. Eastern, and you don't go to bed knowing who the president is.
That's right.
They don't want you to know who the president.
What is the strongest force on the planet? You might be thinking it's love or maybe energy, but no, it's actually sound. What if the reason you can't manifest abundance is nothing to do with your affirmations? Listen, the hard truth is that
Google just got trumped. Togoda, the only 100% private thematic AI search engine in the world, is here, and it's totally free.
Fuck is this?
Try it today.
What the hell is that guy talking about? They're already saying that you're not going to get full results in Maricopa County in Arizona.
Do you want to enhance your love life naturally and
for like 2 weeks? In Pennsylvania, the same. This is why we had to flood the polls. We're going to cover everything, guys, okay? There's a lot of intel to go over, all right? I got it all right here. Locked and loaded and ready to go. But I do think that is a good strategy
dude, that's what
to declare victory early.
That's what fruits sound like.
I think if Trump could do 2020 over again, he would do just that. And I think you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to get ahead of the steal. You're going to have to get ahead of that narrative. Put them on the defense. And let them claim that the election was not legitimate, right? So I am all in favor. I am all in favor for Trump declaring victory early because, I mean, that has always been election night. When you see full domination, we know what these people are going to do. They're going to delay the results so they can stuff how many ballots they need. The riggers are all calculating, right? And they're going to take a few days to do that. Trump will be in the lead. They already said this yesterday in Maricopa County. They're like, well, some candidates that are in the lead, that might change over a few days as we count more votes. So all in favor of Trump declaring victory early tonight, say aye. I am all in favor. I think you have to. I think you have to get ahead of that narrative. It's clear Trump is the dominant candidate. And if you don't, they will get ahead of you with the steal. So, all right, we got a lot to cover. Results should be starting to get announced in a couple hours. And I apologize for you guys. I know I said I was going to go live at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. But we did some massive live streams these past few days. I think Saturday was 11 and a half hours. Sunday was like 12 and a half hours. And then last night was 16 and a half hours. Just covering the home stretch all the way to today. And just wanted to get some rest because I think this is going to be a long night. However, I think Trump should declare victory early. Just do it. Put them on the defense. You know what I'm saying? Just put them on the defense. You know what I mean? Nothing illegal about it, right? They what lawfare are they going to launch? I'm sure they'll try to find something, but just declare the victory. Boom. Let them. You see what I'm saying? We got to put these people on defense. But what I'm seeing on the ground is huge. Major male turnout. In Pennsylvania, massive lines. They're already trying to say, I think the Secretary of State in Georgia has already tried to say that multiple bomb threats by the Russians. And they evacuated, I think, for 30 minutes 2 polling centers in Georgia. And they're claiming gas leaks in other states. And we're going to cover all of this, guys. It's a lot of...
No.
Of intel. It's a lot of intel. So if you are tuning in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, hit that bell notification, copy the link, and share this everywhere. All right, guys, share this everywhere. And everybody say thank you to the Rumble team for featuring us tonight in the editor's picks on the homepage. There's going to be a lot of people live tonight, and we count it as an honor that you guys would spend election night here with us. So 07's in the chat for the Rumble team for always being good to us and helping us out. Everybody say thank you to the Rumble team in the chat. And the whole world is watching America now. The whole world is watching America now. All righty, let's get into this coverage as we wait, because results on the East Coast should be pouring in at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And once that starts, we will be here and start to cover it all in real time. Whatever goes down, it's going to be covered right here. All right, guys? Whatever goes down is going to be covered right here. Okay, let's just take a look at some good news. And by the way, before I cover any of this, and if you have not voted yet, you need to get out. You need to get off right now. Stop watching this, or put it in your car, put it in your headphones, get to the damn polls and go get in line, okay? Go get in line right now, all right? If you are East Coast, Central, or West Coast, there's still time. Go get in line and stay in line, all right? This needs to be trending all over social media right now. Hashtag stay in line, all right? Because they are already pulling some crap, especially in Pennsylvania, with massive, massive lines. And we're seeing this in Arizona as well. And we are seeing this in Pennsylvania. And it's obviously going to be an attempt to disenfranchise voters. Let's start with this, because this is huge. This is huge, especially if you are in Cambria County, Pennsylvania voter. Stay in line, all right? If you hear me, if you could hear my voice, if you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance, as the famous InfoWars broadcast has always announced. And today that means the most, all right? If you're hearing this and you are in Cambria County, you need to stand, no matter where you are, you stay in line and you do not get out of line, okay? Stay in line. RNC secures another victory, extends voting hours until 10 p.m. after voting machine meltdown. I told you guys this would be happening. I told you. I'm getting text messages from family in California that they're waiting in long lines. And this is why I told people, if you want to wait until Election Day, just know this will happen to you. Just go into it with this mindset that they will attempt to disenfranchise you, get you all flustered, pissed off, and impatient, and claim the machines are not working correctly in order to disenfranchise voters, because they know there's going to be a massive, massive surge for Trump supporters today. Historically, it's always Republican voters that flood the polls on Election Day. So if this happens to you, you need to stay in line. You understand that? You need to stay in line. You need to hold in line. Be respectful, be peaceful, but do not get out of that line, okay? You call your work.
No. Damn. Yeah, one day. No, I didn't know that.
If you were irresponsible, like I told you, take the day off, take a sick day, take a vacation day. It's too late for that now. If you found out that Drew was right, I'm standing in line, and this is going to be like 4 hours, you stay in line, okay? You stay in that damn line. Trump took a bullet for you, all right? Trump almost had his head blown off in front of the whole world and his entire family for this republic. The least we can do, the least you can do is stay in line. If it takes 4, 5, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, you stay in that damn line. You understand that? If Americans could stay in line for gay Disneyland, okay, then you could stay in line for Donald Trump, especially if you are voting for Trump. If you are voting for Trump, you owe it to President Trump to stay in that damn line, all right? You call your work, you call your employer, and you tell them what's going on, and you say, you know what? I got to stay in line. I got to vote. This is my constitutional duty, and I'll come in when I can, but this is going down. I just can't get out of line. I'm being disenfranchised. Actually, you know what? I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to do that. If you're in line, you call your employer, tell them, so the message gets spread and it becomes a massive news story. Hundreds of thousands of Trump supporters. You see what I'm saying? Hundreds of thousands of Trump supporters had to call their employers that they wouldn't be able to return to work because they were disenfranchised, stuck in 4+ hour lines to vote for Donald J. Trump. Dude, that becomes a massive national news story. You see what I'm saying? But they do this to you on purpose. So you get all pissed off, so you get all irritated, and you get all impatient, and you tell yourself psychologically, well, I'll just vote next cycle. Bro, there may not be another cycle. This Elon Musk is correct. He told Joe Rogan yesterday, we've been saying this for years, that we don't have elections anymore after this thing. Trump is the last stop. Trump is the last stop. And I know what I'm talking about, guys. I see how news cycles move. I could see what stories will explode, what's going to fall on their face. And I guarantee you, if you have hundreds of thousands of Trump supporters calling their employers, saying, I can't come back to work, I'm stuck in line, I'm being disenfranchised, that becomes a massive national worldwide story. Just do it. Our republic is on the line. A job's not going to matter anymore after this. And then if they try to fire you over that, that becomes an even bigger story. Telling you. I know what I'm talking about. Now is not the time for cowards, okay? Now is not the time for the betas. Now is not the time for these limp-wristed, weak people that are not willing to hold the line, all right? If you end up in this situation, you stay in that damn line. You stay in that damn line. You stay in line. The republic depends on it. Our future depends on it. This is why we were encouraging people vote early. If you chose not to, we get it. Republicans love to vote day of. But if it turns out Drew was right, I'm stuck in this line for 5 hours, well, I got to go. No, you don't got to go. You stay in that line. You stay in that line. I'm serious, dude. You guys, we're not messing around, man. This is it. This is not a game. This is not a show. This is not a movie. It feels like it. But there is no redos after this. There is no redos after this. All right? So, I just wanted to make sure that I sounded the alarm and made myself clear. Because...
Holy fuck, man.
This is going down. We got a couple hours left. And some on the East Coast, polls are closing in a couple hours. So, bro, if you gotta leave work early, if you gotta make it happen, if you hear me right now, you go and you do it, dude. Do not mess around with our future. Go. Just go. And go get in line. Go get in line in time. And if they try to tell you sorry, no, you do not listen to these people. It is your right. It is the law. If you make it in line in time, you are voting. If you make it in line in time, you are voting. You do not get out of that damn line, all right? And trust me when I say this, that becomes a massive story, and things have changed. X is free, all right? Stories are going viral, tens of millions of views. That's the difference this time around. And I think that's a net positive. All right, let's get into some of the intel. All right, Cambria County, PA voters stay in line. RNC secures another victory, extends voting hours until 10 p.m. after voting machine meltdown. Attention, Cambria County, Pennsylvania, voters stay in line. The RNC has secured yet another victory and extended voting hours until 10 p.m. to make up for the long lines and delays after voting machine malfunctions and ballot scanning problems. RNC Chairman Michael Whatley sent an army of lawyers. This is a good thing. This was not happening in 2020. RNC Chairman Michael Whatley sent an army of lawyers to fight for the voters waiting in line in Cambria County. To voters in Cambria County, Pennsylvania, let's just read the statement directly from his X account. To voters in Cambria County, Pennsylvania, we understand that there are some line delays on the ground. We need you to stay in line. We need you to fill out your ballot in full and deliver it. Our Pennsylvania lawyers are all over the issue and will ensure fairness and accuracy in the process. Stay in line, deliver your ballot. And it was later announced that they were successful by co-chair of the RNC, Laura Trump. Good news on Cambria County. We successfully secured a court order extending voting hours until 10 p.m. to make up for long lines. Stay in line and vote. So, attention, if you are in Cambria County, you have a extension to 10 p.m. Eastern to go get in line, all right? You go get in line. You got an extension. Go get in line. If you're close to this county in Pennsylvania and you're running late, and you miss the cutoff date in a different county, then go to Cambria County, dude. Go and vote over there in Pennsylvania. This is it. This is it, all right? If you've been lazy your whole life, if you've been lazy when it comes to voting your whole life, take one day out of your whole life. Take one day. Just drink a Red Bull, drink coffee, whatever, and go vote. And go vote. All righty. So that is definitely good, great news. Because as expected, the voting machines failed in the crucial battleground state of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, on early Tuesday morning. Voters across Cambria County and nearby Bedford County were met with malfunctioning voting machines, unable to scan their ballots, according to 6 News. Voters reported machines freezing and failing to recognize cast ballots. At some precincts, election officials resorted to placing completed paper ballots in lock boxes, intending to scan them later, once the technical issues are resolved. Riggers. In other areas, frustrated voters were instructed to return later in the day when the machines were expected to be back online. See what they do? This is how they disenfranchise you. This is not happening by chance, okay? This is being done on purpose. Know that. This is being done on purpose. It's part of their strategy. It's part of their game. It's a play out of their playbook to disenfranchise you and to lower Trump votes, okay? Don't let them do it to you. Stand your ground. Never back down. Stay in line. You can stay in line for gay Disneyland and movies that are meaningless. And you can stay in line for Trump because he took a bullet for you. Oh, no.
There is an option. I do have an emergency where you can fill out your ballot and stick in there, and I can take it up to the courthouse to begin counting.
Dude, this is so obvious. Hold on.
I'd imagine if anybody here wants to fill out their ballot and put it in the emergency box to go up to the courthouse, I can take it out. If you guys want to wait till the machine is up and
I'll play this one more time. We got some breaking news out of Arizona. This is so obvious.
saying the exact same thing. We can't reach the courthouse. Roxanne did call a coworker because she works at the courthouse, just not in the election office, and he's confirming us that literally everybody in the county is having the exact same problem. So they must be getting overrun by calls. I am continuing to attempt to reach you. There is an option. I do have an emergency where you can fill out your ballot and stick it there, and I can pick it up at the courthouse to be hand counted. The people that are in there now don't want to do that because they want to make sure that their vote is counted. It's not that they don't trust us, they don't want to do that, and that's what's holding up the line. I'd imagine if anybody here wants to fill out their ballot and put it in the emergency box to go up to the courthouse, I can take it out. If you guys want to wait till the machine is up and
Multiple states are claiming bomb threats from the Russians. Multiple states. We have seen this in Arizona, in Georgia. Georgia Rhino, Secretary of State, blames polling place bomb threat on Russia. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, often criticized for his Rhino tendencies, has pointed fingers at Russia after bomb threats were reported at 2 polling stations. BS. Get out and vote and stay in line. Everything is always Russia. Get out and vote and stay in line. Raffensperger claimed the threats were traced back to Russia and that they were deemed not credible. On Tuesday, Raffensperger announced that a bomb threat had been made against a polling place allegedly traced back to
threats at polling places.
Notice how he says it. Look how smug this guy is.
We've heard about one bomb threat. Have you heard any other verifiable threats at any polling places?
We've heard some threats that were of Russian origin, and so I don't know how to describe if that's viable. We don't think they are, but in the interest of public safety, you always check that out, and we'll just continue to be very responsive when we hear about stuff like that. We identified the source, and it was from Russia.
Can you elaborate on that? What kind of threats?
As he said, it was a bomb threat.
So,
Yeah.
you're confident of the Russians?
Yeah, just like we had the DDoS attack on Monday, October 14th, 420,000, pings, denial of service from Russians. So we added that interface that said, I am a human, I'm not a robot. So they're up to mischief, it seems, and they don't want us to have a smooth, fair, and accurate election. And anything they can get us to fight among ourselves, they can count that as a victory. So that tells you a little bit about the Russians. They're not our friends. Anyone that thinks they are hasn't been reading the newspapers. Thank you so much.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's an op, dude. It's BS. Get out and vote. If you're in Georgia, do not be afraid. Get out and vote. These are psyops meant to discourage you. Don't fall for it. I'll prove it to you. They're not only doing it in Georgia. News literally just broke a couple minutes ago. They're doing it in Arizona as well now. Now they're claiming this crap in Arizona just hours before the polls close. Just hours before the polls close. We've seen this in Arizona, in Georgia, and now we are seeing it in Arizona as well. This is breaking news right now while I've been live. Substantiated bomb threats made toward 4 Navajo Nation voting sites. BS. Unsubstantiated bomb threats made toward 4 Navajo Nation voting sites. BS. Swing states. It's happening in swing states, okay? It's happening in swing states. Unsubstantiated bomb threats made toward 4 Navajo Nation voting sites. So we are already seeing a common thread, guys. This is it. This is their play. This is their op. This is their op. This is their play. Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes confirmed the threats Tuesday afternoon. Let's see. Do we have a video of this?
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are
continuing to stay on top of a major development story right here in the valley. A deadly.
No, this is a different one. This is a different one. Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes said there are unsubstantiated reports of bomb threats at 4 specific locations in Navajo County. 2 things are going to happen here, guys. These are unsubstantiated bomb threats, he said in an afternoon news conference. We have no reason to believe any voters or polling places are in jeopardy. So they're really pulling this, man. Fontes said he believes the threats came from a foreign enemy, namely Russia. That's a direct quote, but declined to elaborate, saying he was just briefed on the information. We don't have any reason to believe anyone is in jeopardy, he said.
Over the weekend, and so we feel really good about.
Oh, that's not it. 2 things here. 2 things I'm gonna say here is, one, they want to discourage voters. They want to scare voters. They want people to believe that there are Russian bomb threats everywhere across the United States. Oh, and isn't it interesting that it's only happening in the swing states so far? Only in the swing states. Arizona, Georgia. Oh, the Russians are targeting the swing states. The Russians are targeting the swing states. And the Navajo communities traditionally are more left-leaning. And so there is also this angle to view it from, as well, is maybe they're trying to set the narrative that the Russians launched bomb threats or unsubstantiated bomb threats in Democrat locations that disenfranchised and scared voters and caused them not to be able to vote for Kamala Harris. And they might be the ones to come out and say, voters were disenfranchised, minority voters in minority communities in these voting swing state centers and locations. Therefore, the election results are illegitimate. That could happen too. Is it? I just give you guys analysis based off of what I'm seeing and what is happening. However, what I will tell you is, do not fall for this. Get out and vote. Do not fall for these psyops. Do not fall for these psyops. What have we learned? What have we learned, chat? What have we learned the past nearly 10 years? Everything that they psyop us with, everything that they lie to us with, everything is always...
I want to say either 2014 or 2015. That I can't remember. Why?
Russia, Russia, Russia. Whenever you hear an accusation coming from the left and they point the finger at Russia, what do we conclude? We know it's BS. So don't fall for it. So don't fall for it. All right? Do not fall for it. Right now, it's game time. Go get in line and go and vote. So that's breaking news right now out of Arizona.
So you didn't eat anything
and
after you
we
got
will
home?
continue to track that. And obviously, this may be the reason. It's not looking good for Democrats. Arizona update: Republicans led in early voting by 218,311 votes. Republican election day voting turnout is 2-1 over Democrats. This is the Gateway Pundit.
Just asking.
Republicans appear to be in good shape in battleground state Arizona as voting continues on election day. This is currently developing. Uplift Campaigns continues to publish its hourly data. Throughout the election cycle, Uplift posts the latest updates on mail-in ballot counts on its website as ballots arrived in the weeks leading up to election day. This is an excellent tool for Democrats to understand the real-time results. On election day, Uplift is tracking the hourly reported results from precincts across Maricopa County and the state of Arizona.
Mushroom.
Republicans outperformed Democrats in early voting this year. 2.5 million ballots were received statewide. 8 counties added to the tracker, including Maricopa, 136K,
What other games you
and
have
Pima,
on
13K.
PC, dog?
Republicans turned in 1,015,409 votes in early voting. Democrats turned in 797,098 votes in early voting. That is historic because typically Democrats are the kings of early voting. So I suspect, and by the way, if you, again, if you have not voted yet, you are registered.
I literally don't feel
go to the
anything
damn
in my
poll.
back.
Stop listening to me. You can listen to
Or
me in
my
your car,
arms.
your headphones. Skip the gym tonight, bro, and go to the gym. Go to the polls right now. Go vote. Go vote right now. Don't listen to me. You can listen to me in your headphones, but go and vote. Go
I just feel
and
tired.
vote. If you're just tuning in, subscribe to the channel right now. We're
But I
trying to
don't feel
get
any
to
muscle
90K
sore. I'm
by
just tired.
Inauguration
I'm
Day.
just tired.
We're trying to get to 90K by Inauguration Day. Subscribe to the channel right now. Smash that like button, destroy that like button, hit that bell notification, copy the link, and share this everywhere. My name is Drew Hernandez, and you are watching Drew Hernandez Live. And we are just getting started with our election night coverage. All right, this is according to Uplift data. Arizona 2024 general ballot returns. 2.5 million ballots were received statewide. 8 counties added to the tracker, including Maricopa County, 136K, and Pima, 13K. Republicans, over 1 million votes in early voting. Democrats turned in 797K, which is historic. There's the data table right there. Total returns, just under 2.5 million in early voting. 57.2% turnout. 63.1% Democrats. 65.2% Republicans. 44.4% other, and that includes independents as well. And my wife and I fall in this category. We are in the other. And you can see the numbers right here, and that is a plus 218,311 Republican. Plus 2.1% Republican over Democrats. And obviously
home,
this
that was what they
is
were
an
watching.
L for Democrats, and this is just the early voting
my
numbers.
mom
This is
and
just the
both
early
of them,
voting
they're
numbers.
just in the living room watching
And
that.
so what's interesting as well is that, again, I will reiterate, historically, Republicans are massive day of voters. Massive day of voters. Not Democrats. Not Democrats. So if that trend continues today, if we continue to swamp and surge the vote, stay in line, don't get out of line, don't procrastinate, don't wait till the next cycle, because there may not be another next cycle. We might end up in World War III and a nuclear holocaust because of Kamala Harris. And if you want that, it'll be your fault. Because you didn't vote for Trump. Straight up. Straight up. So get out there and vote for Trump.
Have you ever heard the theory
End of story.
that, what's his name, Ed Harris, the actor, like, you know how he's like the main bad guy in that movie? Like, he's the guy who, like, he was like at the front of the train or whatever. There's theories that he is, what's his name, the kid that gets the chocolate factory. Bro, you should watch it. Like, they're just like, go on YouTube and try to find the you know, the fucking theory, and when they explain it, it's actually legit. Like, how many things line up. Bro, I don't give a fuck. If I was at the front of that train, I would keep on doing what I'm doing. Yeah, it's pretty good theory. Like,
But be careful.
I don't even know if I saw part 3 or even I think I just watched like the first one, but I don't know. When they explained it to me, I was just like, wow, that actually makes. I mean, yeah, it's probably something I had on in the background one time, but it's whatever. Don't get a copyright strike now.
So, one of my favorite films.
But yes, so this trend, if it continues, Trump will absolutely dominate Arizona. But however, the riggers,
I feel
right?
like
The
if your
riggers.
YouTube channel
this is
has
what they
like
do.
very
They've already
little
said that
views,
the
they
full
shouldn't give a
election
shit.
results will not be announced tonight. That they will be announced possibly in the next 13 days. In the next 13 days. And but we'll see. Maybe we'll get a different story tonight. Maybe we'll get a different story tonight.
I feel like they
we
could
definitely
program that
will
into
be
their
on top of
algorithm,
it, but
right?
it's
Like,
looking good for Republicans.
if the channel has X amount of views,
the swing state of Arizona.
then do this. Right?
Yes,
If not,
Republicans are crushing it on election day, voting in Maricopa County and across the state. Let's take a look at this update from Uplift in Arizona itself. 10 a.m. Maricopa County update. Indies and GOP returned a near equal share of ballots in the last hour. Democrats are steady at just under 4K per hour. And this was posted at 10 a.m. Local time in Arizona. So this was this morning. And you could definitely take a look at these massive numbers. The hour of 9 a.m., you have 7.7K Republican, 7.7K could be independent or other, and 4K Democrat, and all day 20.1% Democrat, 42% Republican, 38%. And that was at the timing of that post at 10 a.m. So it's looking good in Arizona as of right now. And this, again, this could very well be why they got Fontes out there claiming there's Russian bomb threats. So they could just stop the flow, stop the surge, right? So they could just put a stop to the bleeding, right? But no, don't stop. Get out there. Don't fall for this crap, okay? That's why they have contradicting. And I did warn you guys. I said, be on the lookout for false flags on election day. Election night.
I guess.
But even his report doesn't even make sense. Oh, there's Russian bomb threats, but we don't have any reason to believe anybody is in danger here. It's meant to disenfranchise and scare people. Keep voting, keep voting, keep voting. Go to the polls, don't stop. If something happened today that ruined your schedule, you go and you make it point to make it. All right? This is it. This is our Patriot moment. This is it. This is it. Grab the flag. You're Mel Gibson right now, dude. Grab that flag and run to the polls. Everybody's running this way. You run that way into the fire, all right? You run into the fire against the tyranny and peacefully and patriotically vote. All right? Get out there. Get out there. Get out there. And definitely when you compare the numbers to 2020, the GOP is definitely outperforming their early vote numbers, which is historic. So that is definitely a good sign, and we will see what results, because we are getting results in swing states tonight. They've been claiming you're not going to get the full results, especially in Nevada, right? Because you can turn in certain ballots days after, right? Which is just retarded. But anyways, let's continue to take a look at this. So we're also seeing a lot of this BS on election day,
Thank
which
God
we
I
were
have
ready
day
for
off
and
tomorrow, dude.
anticipated,
Holy
right? This is the new
fuck.
strategy moving forward. This is the new strategy moving forward. Guys, let's get to 10K live. We're almost at 7K live. Do me a huge favor. The way that we grow the show is that you copy the link, go on X, go find your favorite giant right-wing account, post the link in the comments, and people just flood the show. Go do that right now. Do your part. Subscribe to the channel as well. Let's get to 10K live on election night before the results are even announced. Let's do it. It's go time. It is now. Gas leak forces evacuation and closure of one of Northville's 2 voting precincts on election day. Let's take a look at this. A gas leak has forced
What do you
the
think
closure
the first
of
thing
precinct
he's going
1
to
in
do when he
Northville,
gets
Michigan.
into office?
One of only 2 voting locations in the city. Okay, then go to the other one and stay in line. If you are in this precinct, go to the other one and stay in line. Or find an open one. If it's like an hour drive out, 30 minutes, whatever, go and do it. Go get in line. The leak was identified around noon at Precinct 1, located at the community center on Main Street, according to Fox 2. How convenient. Right? More gas leaks, guys. More gas leaks. I'm sure there will be a toilet leak at some point tonight. There'll be a toilet leak. Oh, they'll just be counting like crazy. Trump, 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 Trump. Uh-oh. A toilet leak. We gotta stop. We got a toilet leak. We gotta stop. Please.
It's time for some Fritos. Don't know if I'm a big fan of Fritos. Yeah. Yeah, I've had those ones. Yeah, these are basically just like broken up tortilla chips. Yeah. You feel like you need like salsa sauce with those things, because otherwise it's just pretty yeah. Yeah. Bro, you're gonna give me like fucking type 2 diabetes, man, or some shit. Bro, I literally ate like half of the shit this morning. Yeah. Well, God bless your mother.
A gas leak.
Yeah, dude,
Don't fall for this
I'm
BS.
gonna get fucking,
Whatever.
what is it?
If they do it, don't get
What is it when you
discouraged.
have too much
Go
sodium in your
somewhere
body?
else. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Here was the post that was made on Facebook by the City Hall in Michigan. Attention! Due to a gas leak emergency,
Oh, yeah?
voting
dude.
operations at Precinct 1 are currently suspended. Updates to follow
Gotta
as they
take
come in
some,
Northville
Tylenol,
City Hall,
dude.
Michigan, wrote on
Thin out your
Facebook.
blood.
The
Oh, no,
city
I
quickly
heard
alerted
that's
voters
actually
that
good for
until
your
the
blood
issue is
pressure.
resolved, they would need to cast their ballots at the alternate Precinct 2 location at Hillside Middle School. Well, then you go there and you flood the vote there, guys. You go there and you flood the vote. You surge the vote. You swamp the vote there. And you stay in line. You don't get out of line. In another update, they wrote Northville City Precinct number 1 has been relocated due to the gas leak.
That fucking tune is in
Consumers
my head
Energy is
now,
on
man.
scene.
God
Precinct
damn it.
1 voters should go to Hillside Middle School. Well, is Hillside Middle School secure and
those
ready
kind
to
bars are pretty
receive
good.
our sacred votes? Consumers Energy arrived at the scene to manage the leak, but no exact time frame was given for when voters might be able to return to their usual polling location. Well, go to another one, guys. It's going to be inconvenient. It's
They're
going to
alright,
be
I
irritating.
guess.
They're going to do this because they
I'm
do it on
usually not a
purpose
fan of,
to disenfranchise you and piss you off
granola bars, but
to get you to not vote for
it's
Trump.
alright.
It's a play out of their playbook. Don't let them do it to you. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. Okay, so yeah, we'll look for updates on that, but we're seeing more and more and more BS all over the nation. But don't let it disenfranchise you guys. Fight, fight, fight. Win, win, win. All in peace. Staying in line and not leaving. And not leaving. Straight up, dude. Yeah, you're DiCaprio. You're the meme from Wolves of Wall Street. I'm not effing leaving. That's you. Stay there until you vote. Until you vote. Election day chaos hits key swing state county. Voting machines down in Apache County, Arizona.
Oh.
And honestly, a lot of this, they could be just claiming downed machines, not only to disenfranchise voters, but to have an excuse for why they needed delays, right? Oh, see, this is why we needed 4 days to finish counting, because there were 5,000 votes for Harris that didn't get counted in time because the machines went down. And here are the 5,000 votes. Trump wins. Kamala wins Arizona. See that? This is the kind of crap they pull. This is why it needs to be 1 day, 1 vote, 1 ballot, paper, right? Not 2 freaking ballots, which is causing problems, by the way, in Arizona. It's a long ballot, dude. If you're in Arizona and you filled out that ballot, it's freaking 2 pages long. Both sides. So technically 4 pages. Yeah, technically 4 pages, right? But actually 2 physical papers, but technically 4 because it's double-sided. But they could be doing that as well, right? This is why it needs to be 1 day, 1 vote, 1 ballot, 1 paper, no more machines, 1 count, results announced.
Oopsie doozy, dog.
Election night. Hopefully, if this could happen,
You
if
watching
the
Glorious
Big to Rig
Bastards,
theory ends
right?
up being correct, we could change
Bro,
these
tell me
elections
that
with Trump.
fucking
'Cause
that
it needs to happen.
strudel or
This is
whatever
just- this is
when they
getting
were
ridiculous.
eating it
It's
with
not
that
getting
whipped cream
ridiculous. It
didn't
is
look
ridiculous.
delicious.
This is how they
dude.
cheat. This is how they cheat. Election day chaos has
Bro, it
struck
looked
Apache County,
so
Arizona, as
fucking
voting
good,
machines have
man.
reportedly gone down, leaving voters unable to cast their ballots. Apache County, which includes significant portions of Navajo Nation, is witnessing an alarming disruption, according to KOAT. The issue came to light when Navajo Nation President Boo N took the social media to alert residents, stating that voters were being turned away without being allowed to vote due to the machine failures. We'll go find somewhere else to vote. President N's post issued a stern reminder to voters not to leave the polling stations empty-handed. He urged Apache County voters to demand a provisional ballot if the machines continue to malfunction. According to his X post, don't get turned away from the polls, Apache County voters. We understand that voting machines are down, and some voters are being turned away without casting a ballot in the federal and state elections. If you are turned away, ask for a provisional ballot to cast your ballots. Bring your government-issued IDs. If you are denied a provisional ballot, call the Native Vote Hotline at 188. Oh, thought my computer froze. 1-888-777-3831 or Apache County Recorder's Office at 928-337-7515. Do not leave the polling location without voting. In addition, there are many poll watchers out today, including President N's staff, who are at select locations throughout the Navajo Nation. They will be in telecolored shirts. Please ask for assistance, and we will be happy to assist. Would be very interested to see who they are voting for. Very interested. Oh, do we have a video report? Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Developing story on. We're also following a developing story on the Navajo Nation. Navajo President Boo Nygren says voting machines are down in Apache County. That borders northwestern New Mexico and includes Window Rock. Nygren also says some voters are being turned away without casting a ballot. He says you should ask for a provisional ballot and make sure to bring your government-issued ID. We're also following...
Well, we were anticipating all of this, right, chat? We were anticipating all of this. That's why I was preaching from the rooftops. Just get ready to wait in line for a long time, dude. Get ready to wait in line for a long time because they for sure were going to pull this crap. They for sure were getting ready to pull this crap. Okay, we covered this. Let's go over here real quick and see what else we got.
Fucking idiots.
See what else we got. Yes, polls are closing.
Oh, somebody dropped something downstairs.
All right, let's see.
Fucking outside or whatever downstairs.
Do we have... looks like we got an account. This is breaking 9/11 on X. Just in Milwaukee to recount 30,000 absentee ballots after issue involving the ballot stickers and the glass doors on some of the machines. So again, yet another example as to why these damn machines need to go. And I'm pretty sure that will cause it. And remember, they were already saying also in Milwaukee that results would be delayed there as well. Let's take a look at the report.
One of the highest percentages of voters turnout that they have seen ever, with 95 potentially percent of registered voters showing up here at this poll. But I do want to give you some new information that we have just gotten in. In the city of Milwaukee, which is about 20 miles from where we are in the suburbs here, they are now saying, according to election officials there, they're going to have to rerun about 30
What other games you got?
absentee ballots through tabulating machines for an abundance of caution, because what they learned is that the doors of one of its tabulating machines were open. It hadn't been closed properly, and they want to make absolutely sure that the machine counted everything properly.
Nice.
So they are rerunning 30,000 ballots. Why that is important is it will mean that there will take a longer time to count those absentee ballots. And if
How convenient.
you will remember back in waiting for those to be counted, which we heard Donald Trump and the Republicans jump on, saying there's some sort of malfeasance. Officials are saying this is not the case. There was an issue with one of the machines not being closed properly, and they want to make, out of abundance of caution, sure that each and every vote is properly counted. So we may have to wait.
So expect some delays out of Milwaukee tonight as well. Expect some delays out of Milwaukee tonight as well. Well, what's a good thing is that we have a lot more eyes.
All right, if you want to, I don't care.
On the ground this time around. But CNN is really, really putting out some interesting reports. We could take a look at that. And if we do get a Trump win announcement tonight, I definitely want to take a look at the mainstream media's reaction to it. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Let's take a look at what CNN is saying. Look at this. This is interesting.
There were many who said that they were planning to vote for Trump or they had voted for Trump. However,
So you got a new SSD or whatever?
when it came to sharing their views on camera, they didn't want to. One woman saying that she worked in the
Oh. Uh-huh. Wait, what are you talking about now? Oh. Oh, fuck. You get some controller, you piece of shit. Oh. What the fuck? Let me see. La la la. Uh-huh. Hey, dog, you there? Oh, okay.
The Army, her co-workers assume she's voting Democrat. She didn't want to be on television saying that she was voting otherwise. Another woman saying she just didn't want her neighbors and friends to know that she had
I told you this would be a part of the story, this election. I told you guys.
Decided to vote Trump. There were many who said that they were planning to vote for Trump or they had voted for Trump. However, when it came to sharing their views on camera, they didn't want to. One woman saying that she worked in the Army, her co-workers assume she's voting Democrat. She didn't want to be on television saying that she was voting otherwise. Another woman saying she just didn't want her neighbors and friends to know that she had decided to vote Trump.
Yep, I told you there's gonna be millions of that. I'm telling you, there is gonna be millions of that. There's a lot of people that are sick of the Harris-Biden regime. They are sick of this economy. They are sick of this open border. And they may not like Trump.
Down.
And they may not want to be public and vocal about it, which is fine. Just go vote for the man because you know it's the right decision. There's going to be a lot of that, guys. I'm telling you, there's going
Well,
to
I
be a
guess
lot
people
of that.
can't complain about fucking electoral bullshit now.
And I think Democrats are not accounting for that because that's what they failed to account for in 2016, which was the silent majority, correct? There's another one. There's a new one. See, people like me, people like you, if you're out and you're an open MAGA Trump supporter, you're wearing the hat wherever, you don't care, right? Like us, we are not necessarily the silent majority anymore. We are very loud, we're out in the open, and we don't care anymore, right? But there is another one that is formed. I guarantee you, I know I'm right about this. There's another, because I talk to people about this. There's another silent majority, right? There's another level to MAGA that's grown here. There's another level to MAGA where people aren't necessarily willing to be open about their support for Trump, but they know that Kamala's not the answer for the next 4 years. And they know that Trump made their lives better economically when he was president. And they will go and vote for Trump. They will not want nobody to know about it, but they're going to go and do it. I'm telling you, I know I'm right about this. There is a new silent majority. There is a new silent majority, and that is going to be a big, huge part of the story of this election. I guarantee you. It's already happening. CNN is already reporting on it. CNN is already reporting on it. Okay, yes, we are going to continue with our reports tonight, and it's looking good. Let's see. We got this is Beheezy Tweets on X. He's a good, reliable source when it comes to election integrity and election issues. A Pennsylvania judge just issued an order giving voters in is this Luzerne County an extra 90 minutes to vote. Okay, if you are in this county, Luzerne, I don't know. County an extra 90 minutes to vote. The counts are not letting corrupt election officials disenfranchise. The courts are not letting corrupt election officials disenfranchise any voters with long lines.
Damn, dude, he sounds like he wants a friend.
going to be a ton of there's going to be a ton of trolls in the chat tonight, guys, all right? A ton of trolls. So, it is what it is. The courts are not letting corrupt election officials disenfranchise any voters with long lines and or broken voting machines. This is amazing news. So there's the court order right there. If you are in this county in Pennsylvania, you have an extra 90 minutes to vote. So the count, the results will be slightly delayed. The question is how big the margin will be and the percentage of the counted votes will be in order for there to be a called election. So we're about to find out. So yeah, we're seeing 90 minutes in this county now in Pennsylvania, right? So there are multiple counties in Pennsylvania that have been extended 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, and then in some cases 3. So if you are in this county, you have another 90 minutes to vote. If you are in this county, you have another 90 minutes to vote. All right? So yes, if you're just tuning in, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, hit that bell notification, copy the link, please. Share this everywhere. All right, guys? Please share this everywhere. Let's get those numbers up. Let's see them go up, not down. All right, let's continue our coverage as we continue to see.
It's whatever.
Wow, this is good. This is good. Trump just posted this on Truth Social. A lot of talk about massive cheating in Philadelphia. Law enforcement coming. A lot of talk about massive cheating in Philadelphia. Law enforcement coming. Law enforcement coming. It's going to be, this is definitely different. Definitely different than what we saw in 2020.
What the fuck is this?
2020 was a whole different story. 2020 was a whole different story. They're not messing around. No. Trump's not effing around. And we knew this. That's why he was pissed off the other day. I don't know if it was Sunday morning or Saturday morning at his first rally. He was pissed, talking about the riggers. And I would be too. You literally put your life on the line and you got a retard like this. Kamala Harris was exposed again today. She was exposed again today at a campaign headquarters in Pennsylvania. And she did another photo video op pretending to be on the phone with a voter. And she puts the phone up and she's not even on the phone. Her camera app is open. She's not even on the phone. Look at it. She's not even on the phone. There's nobody on the phone. And everybody knows when you're on the phone, right? You could see it on the iPhone. You see it at the top. There we go. You would see it right here, with the new iPhone update. You can see the sound waves in green right here. There's nothing there. She's not on the phone, dude. She's literally, it's all scripted, fake and gay. This whole campaign is. So I'm gonna tell you, all you Harris supporters out there, if she gets totally blown out and destroyed tonight, just like Hillary did, it's going to be because they just straight up psyoped you and led you to believe she's more popular than Donald Trump, okay? Like, you have to be a total retard to sit here and believe that this moron, this retard, this low IQ DEI hire is more popular than the most hated living man on planet Earth, the most beloved living man on planet Earth right now, Donald Trump. And nobody believes that. And if you do, you're retarded. She's not even on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, what a train wreck. What a train wreck, dude. What a train wreck. Oh, you literally have to be retarded to sit here and think that she is more popular. There's just no way. There's just no way, dude. There's no way. No way. But you know what? You know what? Mankind never ceases to surprise me, honestly. Honestly, people can be completely retarded. NPCs, they're like, oh, come on, my life is horrible. Our economy sucks. We're on the verge of World War III. Especially all these leftist women. Oh, we don't have an economy anymore. I don't have a future. I can't buy a house. We're on the verge of World War III and a nuclear holocaust. But at least I could kill my babies if I want to. Just no logic. Literally no logic. No thinking. Just straight up emotional instability. Right? Straight up. Straight up. That's right. Okay, that's probably why. Yeah, okay. Continuing with our updates. All right, True the Vote reported this earlier. Multiple power outages all over the nation. See something, say something. And we are seeing reports everywhere across the entire nation.
It will do. I wanted to introduce you to Amy and Co. They'll be doing the talking as soon as I leave for Data. Say hello. Hey, Data. Hello.
Damn. Wait, what is that you're looking at? That map?
Here.
Hey, are you there? I found the dome ceiling.
Oh, that's better. Simon, was it?
Jarrett, Simon Jarrett.
Hi, Simon. I'm Catherine. Have you figured out what's going on yet?
Me? I was hoping you'd have some answers.
I probably have some. What do you want to know?
Where do you even begin? I mean, what is this place? How did I get here? And why do the robots talk like they're people?
Well, you're at Upsilon, clearly. Have you never been there before? Where did you work?
The Grimoire in Toronto. Is that really important?
No, I mean, where did you work at Pathos 2?
I don't know what that is.
That's unexpected. Did you come directly from Toronto?
Yeah, I did. And it was very unexpected.
Have you seen any people? Like staff or field technicians?
Only robots, crazy ones. Except for one. I think he said his name was Carl. He was okay, but I'm pretty sure I accidentally killed him by turning off the power.
Oh. Well, you know, robots don't feel anything, so... Yeah.
What was that? Whoa!
What's going on?
I think this place is about to collapse. What do I do?
Simon, come to Lambda.
How do I get there?
There are shadow trains connecting all the sites. Find one and come here. I'll wait for you.
Shit! Where should I? Oh, fuck!
What the hell? How is this possible? This is insane! Lambda. Find the shuttle to Lambda.
Come in, Theta. You better answer me, Strasky. Come on!
Amy, where are you?
The fields. I had to leave.
Is Carl with you?
It all went to hell.
Hold on. You got the power automated, right? The plant is safe? We need the power to keep the sites running.
Oh, fuck the power! Fuck you, Strasky! The machines killed Carl.
Oh, shit. All right, calm down. It'll be okay. Can you get back to Theta?
Yeah. I think so. I'll head for the shuttle, the Aux.
Good luck, Amy. Rooting for you.
Of power outages in Las Vegas. We are seeing this also in different states. And this in Pennsylvania. Where else? Ohio. Another Pennsylvania. I mean, it's just there are so many ways. This is why they find a way to get around the whole. Oh, there's no widespread voter fraud. There's no widespread voter fraud because they do it in pockets. They target precincts, right? They do it in pockets, and they target precincts, and they have tactics to disenfranchise the vote, right? They have tactics to disenfranchise the vote. Let's see. James O'Keefe just posted a few things. Let's take a look at this. What's going on?
Hey, wait up! Come back!
Let's take a look at this. Yeah, this is interesting. Spotted electioneering at Fire Station 3, Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Polling official displaying Team Kamala stickers inside place where people are voting. Yeah, this is totally illegal, especially for the election workers. Especially for the election workers. It has to be totally nonpartisan. And there are the Harris Wall stickers from the election workers, literally right next to the ballots. Literally right next to the ballots. And I guarantee you, if that was a MAGA or a Trump 2024 sticker, this would be headline news all over the world. All over the world. Yep. Here, James O'Keefe cited the specific statute. A Team Kamala observer was sitting at the sign and table at polling location in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, as stated in 25 Pennsylvania statute 3031.11. No such election officer shall, when giving such instructions, in any manner request, suggest, or seek to persuade or induce any such voter to vote any particular ticket or for any particular candidate. And obviously you cannot be promoting candidate material with your stickers for your candidate as an election worker in Pennsylvania. By law in Pennsylvania. By law in Pennsylvania. And CNN is already. Look at here's a shot from CNN earlier. Dana Bash is already a little worried.
Our panel, and let's just run down, starting with you, Audie. What are you looking for? Obviously, there's so much, but just give me one.
I would say that 2020 was a historic turnout. I mean, the highest since the 1900s. So if it doesn't match that, who stayed home and why? And I think so many of our questions will come to that. Which group stayed home and why?
Donald Trump has been running for 2 years. Kamala Harris has been running for 107 days.
Here come the excuses.
So one of my big questions.
Kamala Harris has been vice president for 4 years, you retard. What are you talking about?
Trump has been running for 2 years. Kamala Harris has been running for 107 days. So one of my big questions is, particularly with her candidacy, is whether that was just enough time to introduce herself to...
She's had 4 years to destroy our lives. They're already trying to make up excuses, guys. It's already coming.
The country and to candidates who were dead set on voting for a Democrat and weren't so sure about him, or whether she could have used a little bit more time.
She's had 4 years. Kamala's campaign is simply asking for a promotion and to be rehired. That's it. Kamala's campaign is her vice presidency for the past 4 years. They're already doing it, guys. They're already reaching, trying to make excuses. Already. Yes. Trump has been running for the past 4 years, but Kamala Harris has been vice president for the past 4 years, okay? She didn't have enough time. They're already making excuses, which is hilarious. They're already making excuses. Already making excuses. All right, we got an alert here from York County and Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Voters are being given Sharpies which are bleeding through the ballots. There are also reports of distrust with the use of Dominion machines used to read these ballots. Listen, man, if you get handed a Sharpie, you do not use it. If you ask for a ballpoint pen, you ask for a black one. Do not use a Sharpie. Don't take a chance. Do not take a chance. All right, chat, do not take a chance. You use a pen. So we're already seeing the Sharpie gate again.
Thanks, little
We're
guy.
already seeing the Sharpie gate again. Already seeing the Sharpie gate. All right, I think we're getting some numbers in. I believe. In Kentucky. Are we getting numbers? Let's see. We could check. We got all kinds of different maps we can look at. Let me look at the whole state as a whole. How do I look at the whole state? Presidential battlegrounds, Florida. Yeah. Holy crap, dude. Yeah, these Trump numbers are massive. All right, where's it at? What is this? Indiana. He's slated to win. Kentucky. I believe he's slated to win Indiana. Looks like the polls are closing up there. Let's look at Indiana. Let's see if it'll let me.
Let's hope the shuttle still works.
All right, here we are in Indiana. We got numbers with 5% of the votes coming in already, chat. Take a look at this. This is the AP elections counter. We can look at other maps as well.
Come in, Theta.
Jeez. All right, this is Indiana. Trump, the first batch, already 90,000 votes in. Kamala Harris, 54.5 thousand. Trump is already in. And then 1,100 retards still voting for RFK Jr. after he told them not to.
What the hell?
Vote for Trump. So, all right, we are already getting some early numbers in. We got Indiana. Let's see, what else do we got? We got Kentucky. We got some early votes in Kentucky. Let's take a look at this. I wish you could just click on the state. Take a look at this. Here we go again. All right, Donald Trump looking good already. 2% of the votes counted. This is very early, but he's still already in the lead. 31,249 votes. Kamala Harris, 15,530. 530. Take a look at this. Take a look at these. Advanced vote voters in Kentucky have cast 688,689 early in-person and 161 mail-in ballots in the 2024 general election.
What do you have for dinner tonight?
Obviously, Republicans will dominate in Kentucky. So, early voting. Early results already coming in, chat. Early results already coming in, and as they continue to come in, we will continue to report. So polls are already beginning to close. But look up your own state, and if you're still got some time, go get in line. If we still got some time, go get in line. All right? So, all right, we got some numbers already. Kentucky and Indiana. Trump already in the lead. Kentucky and Indiana already in the lead. I wanted to take a look at Crowder's election integrity map. Let me see. Let's see, where's it at? It's definitely a good resource tonight for obvious reasons. Let's see. 20. Excuse me. Excuse me. Where's it at? This is it. wait, no, that's the wrong link. Or I'm gonna find it, guys. Give me a second. I'm just scrolling through his thing. Oh, by the way, let's check Kalshi, since it's election night. Polls are already closing. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, Trump. I told you guys this would happen. I told you this is the Kalshi betting market. You can take a look at this yourself. It's live, Kalshi.com, Kalshi.com. I told you guys there would be a final Kamala AstroTurf push. And that was happening literally the last 2 days, over the weekend and on Monday. And you saw it in the betting market. You saw it in the polls. And I don't think it worked. Trump skyrocketed all the way back up, 57% to win the 2024 presidential election. Kamala Harris back down to 43%. And the closer you get, the more accurate these things tend to become. I don't base my full opinion on this, but however, I like to study them and I find them interesting. So if you do too, you can check it out for yourself. Kalshi.com, Kalshi.com. But Trump skyrocketed. Oh, he just went up again. He just went up again, 58% to 42%. So you can check it out yourself, Kalshi.com, Kalshi.com. Or you can download the app too. They got an app too, Kalshi.com. Check out the app, and you can track this. These are the betting markets, which are pretty cool to observe, which is interesting. But, all right, yeah, let's take a look at the election integrity map. I think this is a awesome tool provided by the Mug Club and the Steven Crowder team. Man, is their website down? It's not loading for me. It might be. It might be. All right, yeah, I'm trying to open it, but yeah, we'll continue to monitor these results as they come in. Polls are just getting ready to close on the East Coast. We are getting closer and closer to those times. Try to open that thing again. I don't know why it's not opening. I don't know why. But I definitely want to see the reactions from the fake news. I remember when I did that 2016. Wasn't streaming, wasn't doing anything. I just remember sitting down all night and I just watched. I watched CNN, MSNBC, and I watched their whole meltdowns everywhere. Trump wins here, Trump wins there, and it's so good. It's so the best content ever. You can watch the highlights, but I can assure you there's nothing like watching it live in real time. There's just nothing like it. And I suspect Trump is going to declare victory early. I think he kind of has to be honest, because you got to get ahead of the riggers, dude. Just set the narrative, and this will probably go into the courts. But we'll see. But we shall see. Yeah, I don't know why this thing's not working. Could just be a ton of traffic. Could be. But yeah, all right. Looks like we're already getting... Wow, look at CNN. Take a look at this. Wow, look at this. Yeah, they don't have confidence in Kamala. Look at this.
Let's look at the numbers on the mood of the country. It's a pretty dour mood in terms of the way people feel things are going in the United States. Nationally, only 7% of voters say they're enthusiastic. 19% say they're satisfied. Look at these numbers. 43% dissatisfied, 29% angry, 72% of the electorate nationally say they're dissatisfied or angry. What about America's best days, we ask? Are they in the future or are they in the past? 61% of voters in this election across the country say America's best days are ahead of the country. 6 in 10 say so. 34% say the best days are in the past. And finally, President Joe Biden's approval rating, it's at 41% in these early preliminary exit poll findings. 58% of voters in this election across the country, nationally, disapprove of the way that the incumbent Democratic president
Listen to this.
is
Listen
doing
to
his
this.
job, Jake.
All right, interesting stuff. David Chalian, thanks so much. And let's talk about it with our panel. And Dana Bash, obviously this is early exit poll data, but still looking at this, which really doesn't deviate so much from polling in general we've seen. Joe Biden not popular, most Americans dissatisfied.
One of the questions that I have been asking and looking at since I started covering campaigns is this. Are you satisfied or are you not satisfied? Right track, wrong track. It is extremely high, the dissatisfied or angry. As David said, if you add those two up, 72%. What we don't know, because this is such a different election, is whether the dissatisfaction or anger will be taken out on Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, because they are both.
Of course they're going to take it out on Kamala. She's the vice president. Trump hasn't been in office the past 4 years. How delusional can you be?
Effectively, Harris is part of the current administration, but Donald Trump and the Trump era is very much upon us. We don't know how that's
I gotta say, I think that's putting the best spin on it. I think when you see current voters saying that by a 3-to-1 margin that they are dissatisfied with the country,
or angry, dissatisfied or angry.
Or angry. I got to say, I think that that's with the present conditions in the country. I mean, in conventional terms, it would be a miracle that Kamala Harris could win with that kind of headwind. And also,
Are you hearing this? It would be a miracle. CNN is saying it would be a miracle for Kamala to win this thing because the nation hates her. Because she's ruined our country the past 4 years. It will require a miracle. And you want to know what a miracle means for them? A steal. A successful steal.
Or angry. Dissatisfied or angry.
Or angry. I got to say, I think that that's with the present conditions in the country. I mean, in conventional terms, it would be a miracle that Kamala Harris could win with that kind of headwind, and also with a president. Remember, she was part of the administration. The Biden-Harris administration was 41%.
Yeah, we remember. We remember. You delusional retards tried to cause us to not remember, but that's not going to work.
The Biden-Harris administration was 41% approved, 58% disapproved. This isn't even close to the 50% they traditionally. Let me just finish my point, which is just that if she is able to overcome those numbers and still win this election, then she has done a remarkable job of somehow separating herself that she's part of the solution and not part of the problem.
That would mean the psyops worked, and that would mean the steal was successful. Like I said, man, you have to be literally mentally retarded to vote for another 4 years of this destruction of our nation and our economy. You cannot separate Kamala Harris from that. You just can't, dude. You're literally an idiot if you go out there and you vote for another 4 years of this. And not only that, it'll turn in not to just 4 years, it'll be another 8 years. God knows when we'll have another free and fair election. This is our last shot. Too big to rig. We're not going to have another dominating populist like Donald Trump in the Republican Party for who knows how long. Who knows? So this is our last shot, guys. If you have not voted, get out there. Get out there. Get out there. Precincts will be closing on the West Coast. Some have closed at 6, but then 7 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 is when the most of them start closing down.
Oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with this thing, man?
And look at here is a Harris campaign advisor just straight up telling you they're going to install Kamala Harris.
It'll be a long day. We don't expect this race to be called early, but we are optimistic that we are literally about to be able to turn the page on Donald Trump and install Vice President Harris as the next president of the United States.
Hearing this?
It'll be a long day. We don't expect this race to be called early, but we are optimistic that we are literally about to be able to turn the page on Donald Trump and install Vice President Harris as the next president.
Install, right? I didn't say that. I do say that. But that's her own campaign advisors. They don't even try to hide it anymore, chat. They don't even try to hide it anymore. They don't even try to hide it anymore. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's look for some more updates as we continue. Okay. There we go. The election integrity map is now up. Let's take a look at this and see what we got here. This was earlier today. That was in the morning. Let's take a look at the swing states. Where's this? That's Alabama. Oh, really? Interesting. More information. Things kind of wonky, man. I'm just assuming maybe there's a ton of people on it. You know? It's not my internet. I think it might just be their URL. Just closed out. There we go. Fulton County. Oh, that was 2 days ago. Okay. Thing's kind of weird. That's slow, too. Is what it is. Okay, we'll get intel regardless. All right, let's take a look over here and go with some more updates. You know, I'm looking at it. It's not me. Everything else I'm looking at, my internet is like, yeah. My monthly internet is like 220 a month or something like that. Fun fact. We do this, man. This is it. This is what we do full time, right? This is what we do full time. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying when stuff happens, but good, your internet, it's not my internet, dude. Trust me, it's not my internet. Trust me.
Damn.
Trust me. Okay. After early votes, shift. Okay, let's take. All right, we got some intel right here out of Pennsylvania. Let's look at this. Pennsylvania vote by mail update. Democrats only squeak out 2,411 net votes on election eve. This is currently developing just a couple hours ago. Pennsylvania's vote by mail update. Democrats only squeaked out 2,411 net votes on Monday on election eve. The 2,411 net votes for the day brought the total to 413K. Richard Barris, director of Big Data Poll, confirmed he double-checked the public-facing site and the numbers are real. They are real. What happened to all of the mail-in voters in Pennsylvania? In 2020, 2.7 million mail-in ballots were cast in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Secretary of State reported that 2.7 million mail ballots were cast in the 2020 presidential election, which was about 39% of the total ballots cast statewide, and I can guarantee you those were mostly Democrat. The poor vote-by-mail turnout is likely why early voters and Election Day voters in Pennsylvania have had to fight to cast their ballots. Early voters, and we took a look at all of this, so it's looking like people are not trusting the mail-in ballot vote, which is good. Because it can't be trusted. It cannot be trusted. I don't think we should be doing mail-in ballot voting, honestly. There should be like exceptions if you're on your deathbed, bedridden, or if you're in the military, overseas, right? Other than that, I don't think we should be doing that anymore. Right? You should be dedicated enough, encouraged enough to Get up and get out and vote, dude. Honestly. Well, but I have my vacation. Screw your vacation, dude. Go vote. Your vote should be more important than your damn vacation. That offends you, then I don't know what to tell you. Be offended. Be offended. Okay, we covered that. We covered that.
Shit.
All right, let's take a look at Florida.
Fuck.
Poll watchers. Did we look at this? Oh, this is new, I think. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at this. Awesome. Another victory. RNC wins huge lawsuit against Milwaukee Election Commission over its plan to limit poll watchers. The RNC sued the Milwaukee Election Commission on Monday, the day before the election, the eve of the election, to prevent the city from restricting poll watcher access. Milwaukee planned to limit poll watchers, this is good news, on election day. So the RNC filed a lawsuit and won. The lawsuit was filed on Monday after the RNC found out that the people in charge of the polling sites were limiting poll watchers. So this is happening in Milwaukee as well. We saw this in Fulton County. We saw this in Pennsylvania today. This was in Fulton County in Georgia over the weekend. And this happened in Pennsylvania this morning. RNC mobilized and got the poll watchers in. And it looks like it happened in Milwaukee again. So the RNC is doing way better than 2020. The question still remains, will it be enough? But this is way better than 2020, guys. If you guys watch the 2020 election, you know that none of this was happening. None of this. None of this was happening. What I mean is, all of this rigor stuff was happening, but like the RNC filing lawsuits, making it sure that's done legally, handling it literally in real time, that wasn't happening. But now it is. The RNC questioned the Milwaukee Election Commission's executive director after learning about their plan to restrict access to polling sites. The executive director's response was, "I am not able to provide a specific list of locations where we might need to limit observers to one person per party. However, it may occur anywhere the space, access, number of voters, and other prevailing circumstances would require it as an unreasonable limitation," RNC lawyers wrote in the complaint, according to The Hill. At least 5 polling locations limited observers during in-person early voting, according to the complaint. The RNC claims that chief inspectors at the polling sites had no legal basis to limit the number of observers, asserting there is ample space for additional poll watchers to be present, The Hill reported. When access is arbitrarily restricted to 2 persons, it opens the door to fraudulent claims of party affiliation so as to freeze out one or the other major party, the RNC lawyers argued, according to The Hill. RNC Chairman Michael Whatley celebrated the latest Wisconsin election integrity victory. Yesterday, we sued the Milwaukee Elections Commission to prevent the city from restricting poll watcher access. As a result of our lawsuit, we just got word that Milwaukee has affirmed that poll watchers will have full access to observe the voting process. That is a W. That is a W. And we're almost 2 hours in. It doesn't even feel like it. I guess we kind of built up like a stamina and endurance leading up to today, you know, where like 6 hours just kind of feels like nothing. Right? Oh, by the way, if you're just tuning in, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, hit the bell notification, copy the link, share this everywhere. We appreciate you. If you're watching on X, we just went live on X. Make sure to subscribe for like $5 a month. Support me on X. And if you're not following me, follow me. Please leave a comment below what you think with all of this news and reshare this, reshare this, reshare this. All right? Make sure to do that. Make sure to do that. But all right, we are in. We are locked in. We are ready to go. And some more polls will be closing on the East Coast at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and we should be getting some new numbers in those states on the East Coast. If you still have more time, which you do on the West Coast, go get in line. Go get in line. Because this may be your last election. This may be your last time to vote, or where your vote will actually matter. Still matters right now. And I feel more comfortable that the RNC is on top of this because that wasn't happening in 2020. So that's a big game changer. That's a big game changer. Doesn't mean we're done. Doesn't mean we're in the clear. Go and vote. Get out there. You're registered. You get the hell out there and vote. And go wait in line. Do not get out of line, dude. Do not get out of line. Make it happen. Make it happen. Let's take a look at Florida. Let's take a look at Florida. Numbers in Florida, huge for Trump, obviously. Do you remember when Florida was considered a bellwether state before all the cheating? Well, Trump is up 23% on election day voting so far. All right, let's take a look. Today, bellwether Florida is not even close to being blue. Trump is about ready to score a historic blowout in the Sunshine State. Well, that's where he currently lives. And I think he's at Mar-a-Lago tonight, right? I think so. I think Trump is having his watch party in Mar-a-Lago, I believe. I might have that wrong. My wife told me earlier she saw that Elon was heading to Mar-a-Lago, so I'm assuming he's going to be in Mar-a-Lago. President Trump is nearing 1.2 million vote. A 1.2 million vote win over Kamala Harris in Florida. My goodness, dude. That is just wild, dude. Well, Florida is the new right-wing state, for sure. I've even considered moving there. Everybody's there, especially in right-wing media. Everybody is in Florida. I guarantee you, if Florida has probably the best election system right now, honestly. Florida probably has the best elections in the United States right now, and I guarantee you, if every state in the union was like Florida, conducting their elections and securing their elections, we would probably have a just massive red wave. All the states would probably look like that for Trump. Not probably, we would. And that's not me because I'm biased and obviously I'm a Trump supporter, but Trump's popular dominance is just, bro, it would be a total red wave bloodbath. For sure. For sure, yeah. Rumble is in Florida. Everybody's in Florida, dude. But yeah. Everybody, by the way, everybody say thank you to Rumble in the chat for featuring us tonight on the homepage and all of the other times and the future. I really love them. They've always been good to me. I don't have a deal with Rumble or anything like that, but the team has always been so helpful and transparent and willing to work with me and really give me my voice back, because I was on YouTube for like 6 years, since like 2018. And I was just buried, didn't have a voice, super shadow banned. I still would say what I want, but I still had to kind of like, hold back a little bit until one day I met with Rumble and said, I'll take the show off. I'll put it on Rumble only. If you guys could help me just rebuild the channel. I started from scratch, dude. Started from scratch. We had about like 70K on YouTube at the time. Just went cold turkey and started from one follower on Rumble. And we are here approaching 90K. So subscribe to the channel. Do it right now. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Hit the bell notification. Copy the link. Share this everywhere. We are trying to get to 90K by Inauguration Day. 90K by Inauguration Day. All right, enough about me. Look at these impressive numbers out of Florida so far. This was posted at 2:54 p.m. That's my local time. So look at this. Florida update. GOP nears 1.2 million lead
Historic. Republican, look at that, 4,434,959 to Kamala's 3.2 million. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all the others. Look at that. And no party affiliation. That's a lot of Trump supporters, guys. I'm telling you. The no party affiliation is a lot of Trump supporters. I'm one of them. Not in Florida, but I am an independent. I do not affiliate with Republicans. I don't trust them. Only reason is because of Trump, right? I registered Republican maybe a couple times to vote for Trump in the primaries. But other than that, no thanks. No thanks. No thanks. Yeah, these are blowout numbers in Florida because their elections are actually secure, dude. Like they're actually Governor Ron DeSantis implemented some serious election integrity, and in my opinion, that's the blueprint for the nation. In my opinion, that's the blueprint for the nation. All right, guys, we are 9 minutes away. Polls will be closing in. Polls will be closing in 9 minutes on the East Coast. Let's see. We could tap into like CNN and MSNBC. I want to see their blowout. That's what I want to see. I want to see their meltdown. What about you guys? What about you guys? That's what I want to see. I want to see the meltdown, especially if Trump declares an early victory, which I think he should. Just get ahead of it. They're going to have a freaking blowout. They are going to have a freaking blowout for sure. CNN, MSNBC, all these retards. All these retards.
Tried to look to the voter and say,
let's see. All right. Yeah. Looks like we got polls. First statewide polls are closing in Georgia. Let's see. Georgia. Yeah, we had Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, Vermont, and Virginia, I believe. It's looking like those are about to close in just 7 minutes. In just 7 minutes. Yep. No, they're getting ready to. Where are we at? Yeah, some of these polls are closing at 7 Eastern. Yeah, which is in 7 minutes, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, East Coast in some of these states. That's what time they're getting ready to close. Yeah, on the East Coast right now, it is 6:53 p.m. Maybe you didn't do the time change. On the East Coast, it is 6:54 p.m. States are closing in literally 6 minutes. Not all of them, certain ones on the East Coast. And then it is 3:54 p.m. on the West Coast in Los Angeles right now. All right? So, yes. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Yeah, people just got to get their times right. You don't have it right if you're saying otherwise. I have it right. Just check yourself. You'll see what time it is. All right. Let's continue our coverage here on election night. Let's continue our coverage. Well, let's see what the fake news is saying. Let's see what these retards are saying right now. Where is this? Who is this? Guide. Let's go to news. That was easy. Let's see. They're interviewing voters.
A lot of hype and misinformation is out there. Do you trust the voting process here?
I do. I've lived here for a while, and everything's always been very smooth.
Okay. Thanks for talking to us, Craig. Good luck. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, back to you as we expect maybe a late surge here in Washington County. 1 hour left till poll closings.
We'll see if there's a surge. And again, another voter there. You see that Trump voter you're talking to talking about the economy, as we have heard from other Trump voters. Brian, thank you. And let's go over to Pamela Brown at the voting desk now. So, Pamela, first round of statewide poll closings coming. Georgia's going to be in that list here in just a few moments.
That's it. Georgia's a big swing state, guys.
Just a few moments. What are you looking for?
Right. This is huge. Polls are closing there in just minutes, most of the polls. And then an hour after that, we're going to get those first results from this key battleground state. Georgia's Secretary of State is telling us that turnout could exceed 5 million. That's more than 70% of all active voters in the state. So clearly high interest there from voters. We're going to find out that total number sometime after the polls close. So we also know from Georgia election official Gabriel Sterling, who I've just been speaking with, that tonight's first results account counts for 75% of the overall votes. And the Secretary of State there says that he's optimistic we'll know who clinched Georgia by the end of tonight.
Okay.
Now, one note on Fulton County, Georgia's most populated county and home to Atlanta. We saw several non-credible bomb threats earlier today. We just heard a little bit about that from Victor Blackwell. 5 polling locations were granted a voting extension as much as 45 minutes past 7 p.m. Eastern. Once polls close, the county will have up to an hour to report early vote results, though the expectation is that most precincts will report by just about an hour from now, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be keeping a close eye on this key battleground state that Biden narrowly flipped in 2020 as results start to roll in, Aaron.
All right, Georgia. We're getting results from Georgia. Huge swing state. Interesting that even CNN is reporting that we'll maybe get final results out of Georgia tonight. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we are just 3 minutes away, and all eyes on Georgia for sure. And Virginia was in play. Virginia has been in play as well, which is huge. But let's see what they're saying right here.
I just want to show you. And again, we're looking at the early results just to see if there are any clues, right? We don't want to overplay things. We also don't want to ignore things that we see, right?
Look at
so
that
you
red.
come right up here. You see one dot of blue in the middle of the Indiana map, right? That's Hamilton County. It's just north of Indianapolis. This, if you went back 20, 30 years ago, you'd see a lot of farms in this county. Now it's much more suburban, especially as you get closer to Indianapolis. Why do I raise that question? It's blue, right? 58% of the vote could flip. Look how close it is. It's 50 to 49. So it could well end up red, as it did in 2020 and 2016. But it's just...
And we'll see. Actually, I want to look at these numbers myself. All right, these polls are closing in about 2.5 minutes. Let's take a look at this AP map. Does it just freeze on me? Oh, no, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Is Georgia... Come on, dude. Hold on, let me check this real quick. Yeah, that was Indiana we just looked at. Okay, Indiana's fine, but we're waiting on Georgia. We are waiting on Georgia. Indiana has already dropped numbers. That's what he was analyzing. We're waiting on Georgia right now because they're about to drop some of their numbers. And according to CNN, a 75% drop right out the gate. Right out the gate. Right out the gate. And we'll also be watching some of the Senate races, which are important, and House races, which are going to be very important for Trump in his presidency. But here's a look at Indiana right now. This is the AP with 12% of the votes counted, 231K, 434 votes. And Kamala is down 145,521 with 12% of the vote in. Still early, but look at all that red. Typically, the rural areas are usually more right. Suburbs are usually more conservative, right-wing, especially for Trump. But all right, yeah, we're closing in on the polls closing. We want to see Georgia for sure right now. We're about 40 seconds away. 40 seconds away. And we're gonna get a batch. We're gonna get a batch right now. I just want to see CNN and MSNBC just be forced to report on Trump dominating the vote. But remember, this was going on in 2020. Trump was dominating all night till 3 in the morning. Trump was dominating all night till 3 in the morning.
Round of poll closings. Voting's about to end in 6 states. 6 with a total of 60 electoral votes at stake. Keep an eye on the pivotal battleground of Georgia, as most voting is ending there right now. And CNN can bring you a projection now. CNN projects that Kentucky goes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump will win the Commonwealth of Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes. And CNN can also project that Vermont will go to Kamala Harris.
That was expected.
With its 3 electoral votes. Kamala
These were
Harris
expected.
Wins the state of Vermont. It is too early to project in Georgia, Indiana, South Carolina, and Virginia. Let's take a look at the electoral map now to see where the candidates stand. 270 electoral votes are needed to win. Donald Trump has 8. Kamala Harris
Here we go.
has 3 electoral votes. Let's bring you a key race alert now.
Georgia.
Indiana.
Oh.
Donald Trump in the lead there with 60.3% of the vote. Kamala Harris has 38.1% of the vote. Donald Trump has an 86,829 vote lead. That's with an estimated 13% of the vote in. Let's go to John King now at the Magic Wall. John?
He's projected to win Indiana.
Now we wait, right? You have the states that we've projected, Kentucky and Vermont. Those are the ones you expect. But so what are you going to get here? You see some first votes in Florida. Look at that. Let's just take it out. Okay, it's just south here. It's in Osceola County, just south of Orlando. We like to look at votes when they come in, right? Florida tends to be a reliably red state. Again, though, it'll be a test of whether Harris can improve their standing in the suburbs, or put it this way, whether Trump can improve his standings in the suburbs, whether Trump's collapse in the suburbs continues. First votes in Florida, always interesting to take a look. But what we're waiting for
Georgia
is the battleground just north of Florida, which will be essential in this race.
Yes.
Again, Vice President's easiest path is those blue wall states. But Georgia, as a competitive state, what are we looking for? All right, number one, we're looking for the Democratic Foundation, which is Fulton County. Sarah Murray noted, Victor Blackwell is in the suburbs here. Some polling places will stay open, but we should get votes pretty quickly. And when you're looking at Fulton County, Atlanta is here. You see how it stretches, a lot of suburbs around it, right?
All right, let me see. Let's see if there's any reporting of Georgia anywhere else. Okay, nothing on the AP yet. We're just waiting. The polls have closed in Georgia, but there are some counties that I believe have been extended. You're just going to have to look up which ones those are.
People call me Yeti, Abominable.
50% off all dressing gowns this Black Friday at the Woody. This is an offer that will never come back, so shop now so you don't miss out.
But let's see if we could find any intel anywhere else.
I tell you what we do. Why don't we do this? It's very interesting because for one of the first times in a long time, in anybody's memory, I guess going back to FDR, the late 1800s, we've got a candidate on the ballot where you can compare the number from 4 years ago and compare the number from 8 years ago.
All right, so we're getting votes coming in on Florida.
We'll get a measure about how Trump is performing versus Hillary Clinton and versus Joe Biden. So let's go back 8 years now. Just watch his number here with 2/3 of the vote reporting in Florida. This is one county in Jacksonville. So, all right, here we go.
He's gonna kill her in Florida, dude. Just wait till Southern Florida comes in. It's gonna happen. Watch.
Ago, he was a little less than that, about 2.5 shy of the midway mark in overall Duval. So he's doing right about the same number he did with Joe Biden 4 years ago. So let's look at Volusia County. Okay, you got a little more of the vote in here. Trump easily at nearly 60.